We are delighted to introduce Mr. Mohit Kumar, a distinguished HR leader whose dynamic 20-year career has significantly shaped organizations across diverse and competitive industries. Known for his expertise in navigating complex transactions, he has been instrumental in building empowered and talented workforce in cross-cultural environments. As a seasoned strategist, he excels in defining organization structure and aligning human capital with business goals. His ability to enhance organizational capability, foster culture, and optimize performance has been a catalyst for driving revenue and profit growth. His role as a trusted advisor to senior management highlights his deep understanding of business needs and his commitment to delivering results. His specialties include strategic business planning, organization restructuring, global business practices, and change management. He is also renowned for his skill in leadership and succession development, executive coaching, and mentoring large teams. He focuses on organizational effectiveness and employee relations, underscores his human-centered approach to leadership and management. Mr. Mohit's profound impact on organization success and his unwavering dedication to fostering a thriving business environment make him a remarkable leader and a valued asset to any organization. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Mohit Kumar.
Most welcome, Mohit ji. I welcome you, and Mr. Prasad joins me in welcoming you.
Namaskar ji.
Good morning, good evening, depending on
Very good evening. Yeah. So I was listening to you. It was really mesmerizing. The Shanti for the self, for people around, and for the larger world. Mesmerizing.
Most welcome, Mohit ji. We are all waiting to listen from you about transitioning from intellectual quotient to spiritual quotient for inner fulfillment. Next 13 minutes are all yours.
Absolutely fine. Thank you so much.
Looking forward.
So inner fulfillment, yeah, that's the longing of every soul, right? And as Aurobindo says in his Life Divine, that is the aspiration and the destination for an individual mind is to merge with the collective mind. Right? So what will give that inner fulfillment? Is it something which is limited by design, and that is where I mean our intellect, or it is something which is unlimited, infinite, omnipresent, that is our spirit? So what will be uh, the right choice with respect to transitioning? Right? So this is where we move from intellect to spirit, from IQ to SQ, and from logic to magic. Yeah. Everyone looks forward to magic in life, and it's not so difficult because we are born with that. It's just a matter of removing the dirt around and being in touch with that magic. Right? So I'll utilize the wisdom of our rishis in communicating that message, something that inspires me in transitioning from IQ to SQ, and that is what I attempt, as Dr. Vikrant was saying, that is good for self, peace for self, good for others around, peace for self around, and good for the entire planet and peace for the entire planet. I'll request the presentation to be put up. Looking forward to the next slide, please. So mindful action, this is again inspired by Dr. Tomar again. That is Yatra Yogeshwar Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanudhara, Tatra Tatra Shuri Vijay Bhuti Dhava Nitri Matri Mama. So if you can see over here, Lord Vishnu is sitting amidst all the chaos, amidst all and there's a serpent on his head, but on the other hand he is sorted. He is in his own centeredness. That's the conscious leadership, that's the centered leadership, that's the mindful attention that the leadership needs in the organization of today, which is more which is more than any time. This is VUCA at this point of time. So centeredness is something that is needed to bring the abundant opulence, to bring the abundant victory, to bring the victory outside and the victory within. Yeah. So that's my inspiration of a conscious leader. Next slide, please. Detached, committed action. We think that we cause things to happen. The only thing which is in our hands is uh, devoting all our actions to that Almighty and let Him decide the results of that action of the way He wants. Right? कर्मण्येव अधिकारस्ते माँ फलेषु कदाचन माँ कर्म फल हेतु भूर्मा ते संगोस्त कर्मणि. So this is the inspiration for me in terms of mindful action, irrespective of the consequences. The consequences, the results are a function of many factors. But what I control is the action which is devoted to the Lord. I'm in His service, and let him get things done from me the way He wants to get done. So that's a detached, committed action. The next one is my favorite. Um, Requesting the next slide, please. So this is about self-management. We're talking about the peace for self, and our scriptures define that beautifully. The process of that is defined over there very beautifully. This is from Gita again. Dhyato vishan punsa sangasteshu pajyate sangat sanjayate kama kamat krodho vijayate. While contemplating the objects of sense, a person develops attachment for them. With such attachment comes lust, and from lust comes the anger. The next shloka in this is Krodhat bhavati samoha, samohat smriti vibhrama, smriti bhanshat buddhi nasho, buddhi nashat panashati. So when the person is in anger, he loses his wisdom, and with the loss of wisdom, the ability to think through uh, rationally, ethically, that is destroyed, and that is where the person falls from grace. So this is the process that is explained in expecture. That is focus on the inner self. The moment we start focusing and paying attention more to the object world, that is where the process begins. So being driven from within is what is the call over here. Looking forward to the next one. This is what Dr. Tomar was talking about. That is, entire world is our home. Entire world needs that peace from within, peace for everybody around, peace for the entire planet. And it comes from that illusion that is, I'm different from others. It comes from that illusion that I'm not connected to others. The matter of the fact is that all of us are interconnected with all that is living or non-living. Yeah. We are the manifestation of same energy. That is what this shloka talks about. I am nijaha paroveti garna lagu chesam udacharita nam tu vasudhaiv kutumbakam. So, larger good is a real self good, and the idea of self includes all to be connected. What is good and sustainable for planet is also good and sustainable for individuals and the business. It is no different if you just look at it a little deeper. The next slide, please. The conscious leadership examples in our own mythology, I'll say history. We have the representation of negative leadership in Duryodhana. But on the other hand, there's a lot of positive manifestations like Krishna, Yudhishthir, and Arjun. So when the leader is expressing his happiness and joy, he should be like Lord Indra. When he's punishing, he's like Yama. And when he's donating, he's like Kuber. And while fighting against the enemies, he's like fire. the depth of ocean that we just saw in the previous slide, and the height of mountain like Himalaya, and tolerance capacity like Mother Earth. That is what the ingredients of a conscious leadership. And in different degrees, our own leaders demonstrate that conscious leadership. But it is good, and it can be better if we are in touch with ourselves, and if we are in touch with our consciousness. Dr. Thomas was talking about elevating our consciousness. That is what we as leaders can do to continuously keep working on elevating our consciousness. Next slide, please. So, importance of love and compassion in an organization. I remember seeing Mahabharat serial once I was child, right? So, and the Ras Leela was no, the song which was there behind that. Vasana pe sadhana ki jeet ke pratik ka. That is Ras Leela is the victory of tapasya, penance over the lust, actually. So that is the love and compassion that a leader, a boss, brings in from within to the team around, to the larger organization, and in the process impact the larger world. It begins from the love and compassion, feeling that love and compassion within, and then spreading it all around. The workplace becomes a place of joy, happiness. What else we are looking for? This is what the inner fulfillment is all about, and the process is there. We just need to follow it. Next slide, please. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. So work is worship. When our mind is united with that Almighty, we dedicate our work to the Almighty. The attention that comes to the work that we are doing is also His attention. We become the instruments for doing His work, and that is where yoga karmasu kaushalam, that is, yoga is skill in work. So that is something that we experience, whether it be a musician, whether it be a carpenter, whether it be a painter, or whether it be a corporate guy. If one is dedicated to and the mind is connected with the Almighty, everything being done by me as an instrument is His will, actually. Next slide, please. Wealth, knowledge, and power. Yeah. Ya Devi Sarvbhuteshu Matrupen Sasta Namastasai 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 Namo Namah. While we focus on elevating our consciousness, we do need wealth to give energy to our projects that we have in mind, to do the work of the Almighty, and that is where we respect the goddess as Lakshmi, Ya Devi, Sarvbhuteshu, Lakshmi Rupen Sanstha, Namastasai, 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 Namo Namah. Next slide, please. And the goddess of knowledge, that is Saraswati. Ultimately, what are we doing our projects for? To get that ultimate knowledge, to get that realization, to get the purpose of our life or the multiple lifetimes. Yeah, and that knowledge, striving for that knowledge, is possible in every profession, including the corporate world. Ya Devi Sarvbhuteshu Vidya Rupen Sanstha Namastasai 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 Namo Namah. And the power to do good, and the power to do good to self, to the people around, and to the entire planet around. Without the Shakti, even Shiv is Shav. Shiv is the Lord Shiva in the Indian mythology, and Shakti is the goddess Durga. And without the support of Shakti, even Shiv is like a dead body. So that is where one needs power and utilization of that for the larger good. Next slide, please. Coaching and mentoring to enhance the inner fulfillment. This picture reminds of when Ramji is sitting on one side of the ocean, and everybody is thinking who will go to Lanka, crossing the ocean. And that is where Jamband comes and tells Lord Hanuman, "Ka chup saad raha balwana," that why are you silent, the mighty one? So this is the role that Jamband is playing as a coach, reminding one of the immense capabilities within. Yeah. So all of us need that coach, and that coach is also within. If you look at the color of Jamband, that's black. Right? The black is the unconscious, which is there, and unconscious is the repertoire of all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all the coded information that we need. Yeah, so being in touch with that uh, consciousness within is the best coaching that we can have, apart from the self extension in others who can come as coaches, mentors, and inspiration. So that is again for the inner fulfillment, and it's we see that happening in the organizations, coaching and mentoring. We need to do it with the dedication to divine and making the place again that is good for self, good for people around, and good for the entire planet. Next one, please. Awareness of personal purpose. That is being in touch with our purpose, and that is the best thing, and that is what this picture is saying, that Arjuna has to be true to his purpose, and uh, it's good to die while performing one's duties instead of following somebody else's purpose. Next slide, please. The last one, that is all the wisdom, all the consciousness, elevation that needs to lead to a focused action, because even the lions need to work towards their food. So the lion within also has to wake up and do the hard work and enterprise. Udhimen his denti karyani na manorithai, nahi supta singhas prashanti mukhi mega. So that's all from my side. Let there be peace for self, let there be peace for people around, let there be peace for the entire planet. Om Shanti.
Thank you.
Over to you,
Thank
Dr.
you. Okay. Thank you very
Thank you
Prasad
so
ji.
much, Mohit Kumar ji. Nice to meet you in a forum like this. So you touched upon many different things. I mean, it's really a rich collection of words of wisdom, and if you apply them into practical life, success is yours. You mentioned that your favorite is that ladder of failure. I'm just creating that phrase. Anger creates disillusionment, and then it causes lack of discretion, and then the downfall begins there. I also very much like the way you describe Jambawan's symbolic meaning. Like the subconscious mind is a storehouse of wisdom and knowledge, and once it comes out, there's really no limit. Nothing can stop you. And then you really touched upon a practical aspect of it, which is you need wealth. Unfortunately, for practical purposes, you need to be able to get things done. Knowledge and power are extremely important. And the last point that you made, there's no substitute for hard work. I absolutely loved it. And I hope people who are listening to this can definitely benefit from this kind of wisdom. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Prasad.
Mohit ji.
Thank you for having me here. I'm feeling blessed. All the best.
On behalf of
Thank you,
United
Dr.
Consciousness, I thank Mr. Mohit Kumar for coming onto the platform of United Consciousness. Thank you so much.